everyone, this is Kareem Williams. I'm the manager for the Roadside Safety Services. That's the name of our SSP out here. Just a quick snapshot about us. We are 78 strong as far as personnel. We operate 65 vehicles, 24/7, covering about 1,100 lane miles. We actually run through 6 counties, about 29 cities. And here's our presentation.
Good morning. My name is Kareem Williams. I'm the Roadside Safety Services Manager for NTTA. Today we're going to talk about tools and equipment we keep on our vehicles. As you can see behind me, we have our safety recovery vehicle, but we're not going to focus on that one today. Today we're going to focus on our service vehicle. So come on with me. Let's check it out. Now, we couldn't do what we do without the support of our Maintenance Department Fleet Division. So I'm going to turn it over to John.
Hello, my name is John Minshew. I am a lead technician for the North Texas Tollway Authority Fleet Division. Here we have one of our RSS trucks. It's a 2020 Chevy Silverado, 3500 single rear axle. It has a 6.6 liter gasoline V8 engine with a 6-speed transmission. These trucks are spec'd out with dual 12-volt batteries and a 220 amp alternator to handle the additional electrical load that the trucks encounter after upfitting all the accessories and equipment. Since the 2008 inception of the RSS division, we have continuously improved upon the design of these trucks and tried to streamline the installs in order to reduce the time it takes to build one of these trucks, which is approximately 1 week. We do all the wiring and install of the accessory equipment in-house, and we also do all the preventative maintenance and repairs in-house as well. Such things include oil changes, tire rotations, and fluid checks, which happens every couple of weeks. These trucks are high use.
Thank you, John. Now, let's take a look at the rest of the truck. Let's start with the inside of the truck, our office. Welcome to the inside of our vehicle. As you can see, we have our tablet display here. This tablet is where we have direct access to our CAD. We can take calls, we can receive calls, we can also self-initiate ourselves on calls. It's also connected to a map of the system, which shows us where all of our other vehicles are at. Our radio is also connected to this, as you can see, and we hear the radio traffic through our speakers here. Down here you have our control box. We have our front lighting, our rear lighting. You have your left and right traffic advisor. If you hit them both, it will do the split for you. We have our takedown lights, our left and right alley lights, our compressor, and we have the manual switch to activate our cameras. Up here you can see we do have the front and rear mounted dash cams. You'll also see we have a display here where it will show you what the dash cams are viewing. You can see the front view and you can see the rear view, and our drivers have the ability to shut that off. That way it doesn't interfere with their operations at night. Over here we have the controller for our message board. We can display word messages, or with just a quick hit of a button we can display arrows. We have our up and down switch, which has an LED indicator. That way when we're raising our message board, you'll see it's in transition with the yellow light, and once in a fully up position it will turn red to let you know it's in the up position, as you can see. Over here we have our swivel control. Now, what this does is this allows our board to face 360 degrees. That way, we can park our truck at any angle we want, which is going to help us best protect the scene and still have our message board facing towards traffic. Okay, welcome to the back of our cab. Here we keep a jump box. This jump box normally gets the job done, but just in case we do need more power, we have jumper cables we keep in the back. They're about 25 feet long, and they plug into a port right underneath our front bumper. We have our first aid kit for any type of medical emergencies. We have a magnetic sweeper in case we get any type of debris on the road, such as nails or anything else metallic we need to pick up. We have our Gojo wipes, because as you know, your hands get dirty in the field and you want to wipe them, clean them before you come back in and start operating a lot of electrical equipment. And we have our 100-gallon hazmat pool, which we utilize for any time we have a hazmat, such as fuel leaking from a saddle tank or anything such. We can actually deploy this and stop the hazmat material from continually spilling out on the roadway until we can get a hazmat crew out there. Okay, now I'm going to show you our service body. I'm going to show you the passenger side because we equip all of our trucks with dual tools. The same tools you'll see on this side is the same tools we have on the other side for driver safety. That way the driver never has to go around to the traffic side of his vehicle to grab a tool. So let's check it out. We will start up top. Up top, you'll see we have our 1 gallon fuel can. Okay, again, we have the same thing mounted on the other side. Inside, we have our fuel funnel. We've got our no cap fuel funnel. This is universal. We also keep our bolt cutters in here, and we keep our air tools in here. What you'll see in here is this is a quick connect. This is hooked to our 6 gallon air compressor. That way we don't have to climb in the back of the truck to hook anything up. We can hook our 50-foot air hose directly into here and in service, whether we got to fill up a spare tire, whether we got to run it out to our car and fill up the tire that's still mounted to the vehicle. We can do it from right inside here without, again, having to get to the back of the truck or the other side. In here, we also keep our tow rope. We keep a crowbar. We keep our air tools in here, such as our air gun. We have our torque sticks, obviously. If you're going to use an air gun, you got to have torque sticks. We keep twist sockets in here. These twist sockets we utilize for when you have a customer who loses the key to their wheel lock. We'll get their permission and we'll go ahead and we can safely take that wheel lock off utilizing these twist sockets. We also have our air gauge so we can put the proper air pressure inside of the spare tires. We keep our safety gloves. Down here, this is a 12-ton pneumatic jack, bottle jack, okay? We have our electronic flares. We do not use regular road flares here at NTTA. We use electronic flares with LEDs. These are very bright. They're rechargeable. You can utilize them and they're very sturdy. Down here, we have our breaker bar for those tough lug nuts. And when all else fails, we have our Old Faithful right here. Okay, let's move on to our center box. Inside here, as you can see, up top we have our sockets, all different sizes. It's connected to a magnetic holder. This way, the specialist can grab whichever socket he needs and just take it up here up front with him. If he feels he needs more than one, he can pull the whole thing down. Again, it's magnetic. Right here on the left side, you'll see we have our impact socket wrench. We have our rubber hammer. We have the hubcap remover. We have a 3-pound regular hammer. We have air gauge, battery terminal cleaner. We got electrical tape. We keep copper wire. We also have our Allen keys in here. We have wrenches. We have screwdrivers. Over here on the outside, we've got our plastic fuel can, and we also keep duct tape because that fixes everything. Down in the bottom, we keep more sockets inside of the red container. And then down here is our air jack. We utilize our air jack for vehicles that are too low to the ground for our conventional jack to fit underneath. That air jack works great for it. Moving on to our third and final box. Inside here, as you can see, we keep our 2-ton aluminum jack. It's very lightweight. We have behind it our universal tire letdown kit. What's very nice about this kit is not only does it have all the different tools for all the different types of vehicles out there so you can get to the spare, it has an instruction manual that'll tell you where that spare is located and which tool to use. And then right above it, we have our maintenance batch, which we utilize for any time the ground's wet or really dirty. Our specialists can lay that down, so if they got to get underneath to get a tire down or anything or change a tire, they can do so. On to the rear of our truck, as you can see, we have our cone rack. Now this cone rack is custom fabricated here at our NTTA shop. Okay, this was built specifically for us and for our needs. What I like about it is it can hold 10 cones on each side of the vehicle. It stops us from having to turn our backs to grab cones out the rear of the truck. As you can see, you can lift up, face traffic, move the cones as you need. We still have the ability to open and close our tailgate to get in the back of the truck, and it even provides a step for us to do it safely. Right in the middle, you'll notice there's an adapter. What that adapter is for is because this is a trailer mounted cone hitch, we can pull this whole system off and during our snow and ice operations, put in our snow spreaders that are also trailer hitch mounted, excuse me. And we can utilize that anytime we need to. Another great thing about this is it doesn't block our taillights. It doesn't block our emergency lighting, and it gives us more of a visual footprint at night when the car headlights behind us are reflecting off of the cones that are in the back of the truck along with the chevrons. Now we're in the back of the truck. We're in the bed. As you can see, we have our shovel. We've got our broom. We keep our wood blocks. We keep our tire chalks. We have our go jacks. These are very useful. Go jacks are used for when you have a vehicle where the tires won't roll and it's in a lane of travel. Tires could be bent. The wheel cannot even be connected to the vehicle, and these go jacks will still work. You put them underneath, it takes less than a minute. You can push it safely off to the shoulder and open up your lanes of travel. We have our 5-gallon fuel can, which we utilize to fill up our 1 gallons that are either side of the trucks. We have our water cooler where we keep bottled water for customers. We have our absorbent for any kind of hazmat spill. We also have our pig socks back here. Pig socks we utilize to control the spill so it doesn't get inside of inlets, any kind of drain. We have our 5-gallon water jug that we also utilize for anytime a vehicle overheating and it just needs water for the radiator. Now we have the front of our vehicle. As you can see, we have our push bumper here. We went with a steel push bumper as opposed to an aluminum. Reason being is we not only utilize this to push disabled vehicles out of lane, but we also use it to do recoveries. Whether you have vehicles in ditches or whether you have a vehicle that's completely disabled, no wheels or anything, you do need to push out of lane. The steel push bumper holds up a lot better than the aluminum does. Mounted to it, as you can see, we have our front emergency lighting. We utilize that obviously to warn customers that we're approaching, especially when we're coming around on the shoulder. We use that in conjunction with our PA speaker, which actually has the air horn blast. Again, to warn customers we're coming around them on the shoulder to get to an incident scene that's blocking the lanes of traffic. Another function of that is the PA speaker, to where we can actually use the mic, talk to customers when we're giving them directions to push vehicles out of lane. Also, if we have a pedestrian on the road, you need to get their attention, or if you have somebody who is on mostly motorcycles, if they're on a motorcycle and you just want to give a, hey, are you okay? Do you need assistance? Without having to get out of the truck, you can do that through the PA speaker. Down here at the bottom, we have a quick connect for our 25-foot jumper cables. Now this is great because sometimes the jump box doesn't have enough power to get the job done depending on how dead that battery is. Well, what we can do is easily hook the end of these cables up to their battery, hook this quick connect right into the front of our vehicle, which is parked behind them to provide protection, and charge that battery up enough for the customer to get off the roadway. Once we're done charging it up, you disconnect this from the truck, disconnect your cables, customer's off. Now I showed you the 2020s, but I'm gonna give you a sneak peek at our 2021s, and here's what we're looking at. What you see here is a 5-foot tracer bar. This tracer bar allows us to do sequential lighting, side lighting for our vehicles, and also provide work lights on the side of our trucks for when we're working at night. Thank you for taking a look at our trucks and equipment, and for letting us show you how we do safety service patrol here at the NTTA. Take care, have a great day.
That was great, guys. Thank you, Eric.
Sam, as I look at the questions as I get to this, can I just share one more little video that Kareem did not want me to share?
Uh-oh.
Oh no, we're out of time. We're out of time.
Is it embarrassing? Go ahead. We have time for embarrassing video.
Okay, we got time.
Just a blooper reel.
All right, now what am I saying? Hold on, I'm gonna start over. Start over, ready? All right. Oh, let's start over. Let me know when you're ready. We have our, I gotta start over. Our wheeling, wait, we gotta redo it. I couldn't think of PA speaker. No green on it.
Okay.
Batmobile, maybe.
You gotta say the rest of this stuff.
Oh, what was the rest of the stuff? Only that popped in my head was thank you, John. Go ahead. Go ahead. We're gonna be posting for a new position very soon.
That was outstanding. Thank you,
All right.
Eric. Thank you,
Thank you.
Kareem. Good sport. You got a lot of questions, Eric. Go ahead if you have them.
I'm sorry?
You have a lot of questions. You want me to read them, or are you ready?
I'm in the chat now, so
Electronic flares. Who makes the electronic flares?
so we buy two different types. We do the pilot flares, which are the sequential ones. So it's PILIT, and then
Yeah, we
Kareem.
saw those in New Jersey. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Kareem, who's the manufacturer of the ones you showed? That one always blanks out of my mind.
That's Ervo. Those are Ervo flares.
Can you spell that?
I can try. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up for you. I believe it's ARVOUE, but I'm pulling it up right now for you. And we can also chat out the information. So.
Yeah, that'll work. Eric, you guys are dispatched as well as finding the incidents on your own via patrol, right?
That is correct. Yes, we do both ways. We are dispatched from our 24/7 we're actually a licensed 911 facility as well. So we dispatch state troopers and our courtesy patrol. But they also have the ability to see on that and self-dispatch to provide backup. And we have identified certain locations in our system where it takes a required minimum of 2 trucks based on geometry. And so if they see something going on in that area, they can automatically put themselves on a call and head that direction to help out.
Perfect. And I love the sneak peek at the truck you're making, but that raised the question of those tracer bars. Where are you sourcing the side lighting tracer bars?
We get those from Wayland.
Wayland.
Yeah, we get them from Wayland, and they're called pretty much that's what they call tracers. And you can get them in dual, or you can get them in 3 light settings.
Excellent. And the last and maybe most important question: they like your pants, man. Where'd you get the pants?
We get them. They're blotter pants, and we get the striping done through our uniform vendor.
All right, so you're actually creating them. They're not off the rack.
Correct.
But we'd be more than happy to share the spec with somebody if they're interested. Just reach out to us and we'll email you the spec for our entire uniform. It's not a secret. And then Sam, I see one more question about blue flashing lights permitted in Texas. We are allowed to do blue and yellow. We are not allowed red. Red is allowed on our safety recovery vehicles, which we didn't cover today, under the tow truck ordinance. Although we're not a tow truck per se, we don't charge you and take you very far, but blue flashing lights are permitted on our Safety Service Patrol of Texas. We have a deal with the state troopers. Since we're co-located, they've provided us, granted us permission to use those in our line of duty.
And Eric, am I right? You can still see those even when the arrow board goes up or the message board?
Absolutely, yeah. The custom sign fabrication shop that we have, basically the custom fabrication does allow us to see the full arrow board, full message board, full set of lights, and then the cone rack. We made sure when we designed it out of the caution of being able to see everything still.
Yeah, that was good thinking. I know some states they lose some lighting when the board goes up. So.
And then Sam, I'm just flipping through a few more really quick about George's hold harmless. We also have a hold harmless. We have the Go Jacks for electric vehicles and things like that, where we do want to at least because the Go Jacks are very quick to deploy, very easy. Although we could fight a court battle forever about how we're hold harmless and our lawyers get tied up, we throw the Go Jacks and push them over to the side. It's better for everybody in that situation. But if push comes to shove, we not only have push bars, we have tow ropes, we push, pull, drag for the safety of everybody else. But if we have the ability, we deploy the Go Jacks, pick them up, push them over, and the road gets open. So.
Well done, guys. Loved it. Nice production quality too. Appreciate the effort you put in, and we need to get that blooper reel from you, Eric. You never know.
Absolutely, we've got a longer one. I'm just holding that one till holding out for lunch from Kareem, or it gets released.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to move now on to Oregon. Justin Doonan is with us from the Oregon DOT. I hope, Justin, are you here?
All right, I'm Justin Guyan with Oregon Department of Transportation. I'm the Incident